Yo, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's your boy Trevor David Jones back with another video. And as you can see in the title, clear as day, as the sun, some might say, Superman. We're back and we're reviewing Superman. And man, must I say, this movie's legit. Okay, I'm gonna start by saying comic book movies aren't dead. This movie is legit. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's jump right in with the positives. The number one positive of this film, and I'm very happy to say this actually, like no cap, I'm happy to say this, is Superman. Superman himself, Kal-El, the last son of Krypton, is the biggest positive in this film. And that's saying a lot in our current age of superhero films, but it's actually true. The actor, and I'll get to that a little bit later, but the character itself has the exact amount of humor, that aura of invulnerability, lightheartedness, but also capability. Like, he can get down. Like, when it's time to fight, this Superman knows how to get busy. It just a great rendition of Superman, honestly. The suit itself was sick. The colors, bright blue, bright red. They brought back the trunks. Just overall dope. Even the hair, it was all there. The biggest positive of this film was definitely Superman, and I'm very happy to say that. The second positive, the supporting cast, okay? The supporting cast. In a lot of films, not even just superhero films, the supporting cast can kind of go by the wayside because they're the, quote unquote, B actors, as you would say. Not this time, and that's not every film. No, this supporting cast was on point from top to bottom. Lex Luthor, the Daily Bugle. The Daily Bugle cast needs almost a little award of their own, because I know they have Best Supporting Actor. But if there was a Best Supporting Cast just statue, they would get it. Every one of them was hilarious. Crazy, even. So shout out to the Daily Bugle, okay? Do we even need to say anything? Mr. Terrific. What else do I need to say? If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And those who haven't seen the film, you're going to find out, okay? Mr. Terrific, give me a break. And yo, shout out Metamorpho. Shout out, what do they call him in the movie? The Molecule Man? But his real name, Metamorpho. Man, what a great character. But the whole supporting cast was great. I could go on, but that's a good place to start. They brought a lot of levity, a lot of substance to the film, and it was just awesome. And last but not least, the cinematography / the story. I kind of blend those into one. This is where a lot of films fall apart. The cinematography, how it's shot, and do not get me started on the story. This is where a lot of films don't even act like they don't even know what makes a film. Like the script, the actual paper that the words are written on. You know what I'm saying? The film shines in both of those areas. The cinematography is great. It's very colorful. It's not leaning into any sort of like dark or, edgy themes. None of that. It's super colorful. The camera work itself is great. And the story. Obviously, I don't want to give, too much or everything away here. But it's actually it's a solid script. It's not like you're not asking yourself all the way through what is going on. It had a beginning, middle, end, motivations, climax. Actually, it had like 2 climaxes, which is good. Rising action, falling action. It was an actual story. You feel me? Like why are we going to the movies? It was a real story, and it was a good story. So this film shines in both the cinematography and the story as the third positive. Okay, now for the room for improvements. All right, y'all aren't going to believe me. Y'all aren't going to believe me because this hasn't happened in a long time. No room for improvements. What? I know. That's something I usually reserve for like My Hero Academia. You know what I mean? Like, there's not too much you can really say about that. It's just solid. Nah, it was all solid. You could go into like really nitpicking, but we don't need to take it that far. As far as actual room for improvements, I really nothing. It was just solid characters, color, length. It was all there. So man, I haven't done that in a while. No room for improvements. Shout out Superman. Okay. This is something we do at the end of the series or a movie, of course. The best character. The best character in the film, again, I have to say, was Superman. Clark Kent, the last son of Krypton. He had the most screen time, of course. He's the main character, and the name is the title. But he's also the best character. very, like I said, very like friendly, affable. There's at least one major key lesson that he has to learn throughout the course of the film, which he does learn. I'm not going to spoil that, but that was good. So there's an actual character development, which is awesome. He was just great screen presence, despite being a Kryptonian. Didn't ever come across as cocky, which is a very key aspect of Superman. Yeah, Superman himself, Clark Kent, was the best character in the movie. So that's what you want. I'm very happy about that. The second best character, this is a runner-up. It's Mr. Terrific, man. Shout out. Comic book readers know who Mr. Terrific is, like we know, but if you don't read comics, it's not as familiar to you. Man, and my reviews are generally spoiler reviews, but I'm not even gonna spoil it. You just got to go see for yourself. You got to go see for yourself. Runner-up, best character in the film, the superhero, Mr. Terrific. Best actor, Nicholas Hoult, aka Lex Luthor. Man, you want to give the best actor to the best character as well, or like the main character, and a lot of times that happens just because they have the most screen time. Like you see them the most, so you're gonna get most accustomed to them. Lex Luthor, aka Nicholas Hoult, was the best actor in this film. Man, he played that role. He played it from the suits in the beginning to his ambition to over time slowly showing that he is actually just truly insane, but also like super prideful and super confident. It's Lex and super smart. Yeah, Nicholas Hoult, aka Beast, he nailed it. I mean, he's the best actor in the film for sure. I almost forgot it was him sometimes. I was like, oh no, it's Lex. No, that was Nick. Yeah, best actor. Shout out Nicholas Hoult, man. You deserve it for sure. Second best actor, Eddie Gathegi, Mr. Terrific. He could get the best actor, but Nick Hoult just held it down so well. Oh my God. He played that character, Mr. Terrific, to a T. The intelligence, but like the stoic calmness. If you saw the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Like the straight man, like the flat, kind of deadpan comedy. Yeah, all there. Total joy to see on screen during every scene he was in, for multiple reasons. But yeah, he was the second best actor. Shout out Eddie Gathegi. The rating. 5 out of 5 cryptos. Man, 5 out of 5. I haven't given full marks to anything in a while. Okay. We ain't gonna talk about Marvel right now. We don't need to talk about that right now. Y'all know I love Marvel, but we don't need to talk about that right now. I haven't given out full marks in a minute. That's something I usually give out for My Hero Academia. We're talking about 10 out of 5s, 20 out of 5s on some episodes. But I don't do that anymore. I just stick to the scale now. Yeah, this movie's an easy 5 out of 5. Superhero movies, they aren't dead. They aren't dead at all. They're alive and well. It's different from Marvel. It's different. And I'm not going to go too much into that because we're not talking about Marvel right now. But this is just a great film. The DCU, it's off to a great start. The future looks bright. But as just for this film in and of itself, this movie, Superman 2025, a 5 out of 5 for sure. It was all in there. Action, story, comedy, colors, supporting actors. Yeah. An easy, highly recommended 5 out of 5. And that's it. Man. Yeah, man, superhero movies are alive and well. But comic book readers, we're going to read comics no matter what. But this was a refreshing, a very awesome film. Yeah, it was really good. So next up, we have Fantastic Four First Steps, couple weeks, 1 week, something like that. Excited for that. Reed Richards and the gang. And yeah, man, we're never off the YouTube grind, as I always say, off the YouTube game. We're never off. We're always on. Always. Okay? So be ready for those next videos. Check out the recent videos I've done as well. And I will see y'all soon. Stay up. And I truly mean this. Peace.